Good morning, everybody. I have not been out here, and I apologize because I do try to at least step out once a week, but I've been a little, full of life with other stuff. So I pulled us some cards this morning for the weekend, and the good news is it looks like we're going to have some fun because the card will be backwards, milk and honey, clean it up, and then this is the good one. Happy success. So, whatever you've been working on, and if you've been taking care of yourself, and today is the new moon, so today is the day. That's my moon journal, and I write in it on the full moon and the new moon. And the new moon is when you put down the things that you want on that wish list, and the full moon is when you get rid of the things that no longer serve you. So, I've been wanting to talk about a couple things, but the biggest thing being is we've had so many solar flares, you guys. One of my fellow soul sisters does a lot of research of, staying on top of it, but we have had more solar flares in the last 2 years than we've had in the last 10. And honestly, within the probably last 2 months, more than even possible. So, if you've been feeling tired, feeling fatigued, feeling stressed out, feeling agitated, feeling like shit just is not going your way, guess what? It's part of that. But it's also the mindset that you choose to have. And believe me when I tell you, I struggle just as much as you guys do. Trauma from so many things in my lifetime, PTSD from childhood things, bad relationships. But what I did for myself is I pulled myself out of it and got out of the victim mentality and told myself, my life is what I make of it. My life is what I choose to make of it. My life is what I choose to concentrate on. And for me, it's been about the self-care, and it's been about taking good care of me and letting go of some bad habits and some negative thinking and things that I would constantly tell myself because I would hear other people, in the back, and taking their opinions as, gospel. And why do that to yourself? If you know you're leading a life with good intention and you have nothing but good things in your heart for people, then why are you listening to it? And don't think that I'm saying every day is going to be perfect. That's not what I'm saying. But if you choose to listen to what your heart is telling you, and don't go out to be vindictive, don't go out to even the score and win, and just live a life of, I am extremely grateful for everything that I have, even the lessons, because you know what? It's taught you how to learn more about yourself. And I'm still working on getting a lot of the videos posted out here, just of things that I've been through in my life. And just a little bit, I had many relationships. I've been married twice, and I have 2 baby daddies. And I kept saying to myself, why do I keep seeing the same kind of thing in these people? Well, I was choosing that or drawing it into me because I felt, number one, I either needed to save that person. Number 2, they had the same lacking mindset that I did, or whatever it might be. And what I've learned, and I just was through this experience just the other day, that people that come at you strongly, sexually, or just for those reasons, and don't follow it up with a lot of anything else, it's not the person for you. The right person for you is going to want to take their time with you, and they're going to want to get to know the real you. And they're going to want to get to know the things about you that make you tick. And they're going to approach you in a way that is just not about that. And I am learning in my 56 years of world that it has a lot to do with your communication style and a lot to do with what you're willing to share. And So many people are afraid to bring their skeletons out. I am not embarrassed. You know, I have ex-husbands because they chose to lay their hands on me in a way that's inappropriate, and I will never do that to myself again. And no woman, no man, no child, no anybody should ever make it okay for somebody to physically hurt you. And it's one of the biggest traumas that I have lived through in my entire life. But I also had to look at what was it that I was doing? What was it that I needed to own in that space or in that time? But when there's drugs, alcohol, and a lot of other things involved from the other person, there's really nothing that can excuse that behavior. And I don't care who you are, what you are, where you've been, it is not. So anybody that comes at you physically is not somebody you need in your life. And sometimes it's hard to get them out because it's family or it's, somebody that you chose to love. But the hardest part for me was always the forgiveness. I've forgiven. I truly have. I've moved on. I wish them well. Doesn't mean they have to be in my life. But it's also something that, shouldn't take precedence. It's in my past. It's not in my daily life. I've been on my journey for a very long time. I've been single for a lot of years. I think I'm going into year 8. But I'm the happiest I've ever been because it's been all about me and not anybody else, and taking care of myself. And a lot of people find it selfish. A lot of people find it a lot of things. But at the end of the day, I'm good with me. And that's what's important, because I have to live with me every day. I don't have to live with those other people every day. So, the happy success, you guys, it's on its way. But you have to choose to love yourself to be able to love other people. And you have to look for those red flags and decide which ones are you willing to deal with? Which ones are you willing to have in your life? Are they big red flags? Because none of us are perfect. But physical abuse is never the answer. So never, ever, ever let someone say to you, well, I didn't really mean it, and then do it again. Okay? Because I personally have lived through it, and I never want to go there again. So please take into consideration the things that you have been in your world. What is important? What do you deserve? Now, if you don't think you deserve everything in your world and everything there and all the gifts and things that you've been given, then you have to start with your own thinking. I deserve everything that I have in my world. Why? Because I worked to get it, and I worked very hard to get it. And there's always going to be people who are going to try and sabotage you. Don't listen to them. If you know you have a good heart and you have good intentions for people, that's all that is really necessary, because the universe, the highest of the most high, the angels, your source, whatever you call it, is there. Just call upon it and choose to love you. Okay? All right, guys. I love you. Hopefully I'll get on this weekend. I'm doggy sitting, so I'm excited. Like I say a lot. Sometimes like animals better than people, but, they get it because they get the unconditional love. So have a good one. Do something for you. And remember, it all starts with you. See you soon.